All right, guys, today is going to be kind of a short video. I'm going to cover some mid to late season strategy as far as summer plots go to really kind of shore up my food plot a little bit and make sure I'm getting good soil returns every time I put out a new crop. So let's look at the state that the plot is in. All right, so on this end, the vast majority of this is now controlled by soybean. There is buckwheat still hanging on in there, but it is dying now. And some of the reseeding process on buckwheat probably won't do well, the fact that soybean has canopied now. So it's kind of, the buckwheat was strong, it's faded away, now the soybean's taken over. However, if you look, the closer you get to me, there becomes open holes, fairly large gaps, and what I call browse gaps. Those deer have hammered away at all this soybean in the corner this year. I don't know why they decided to pick this spot this time, but usually it's the other way around. Usually it's the other end of the plot that gets it. So this year it's been the lower left corner and the whole upper section of the food plot this year. So when this happens, I've got something I don't like seeing, and that is exposed soil. So what I tend to do is, because of how I plant my food plot, there's all kinds of free buckwheat seed up in those experimental areas, and there's good seed from existing buckwheat plants down here. Wherever you want to grab it from, that's fine. So for instance, right here, we've got seed that is ready, nearly ready. That looks done. So I'm picking out some seed here that's absolutely free. It won't cost me any additional money. And all I'm doing is simply throwing that into the open gaps. The buckwheat grows so fast that it will fill this in and help the soybean out once again, and maybe take some of the browse pressure off of this spot. So I'm going to get, once again, I'll get the benefit of buckwheat. I will get more soil building. You can still see the rotting mat is still mostly intact at this point. The soil is still in a darker profile than what it used to be. So I'm making sure that I don't have any lapses in my soil. I come in here, I'll reseed open areas with buckwheat and one additional species because of how fast they can grow, especially this time of year, and that is sun hemp. So I mixed buckwheat and sun hemp into these open areas. I would say, let's see, what is today? Today's Thursday. So I did this 3 days ago, and I set this out before the rain really hit hard and reseeded these open areas with free seed, except with the sun hemp, because I can't make seed. So I had to use some of my reserve for that. That's the only thing that did cost me a little bit. But the fact that I can get the benefit of buckwheat and sun hemp re-going in this food plot instead of ugly bare soil, I'm going to take it. So that's a strategy that I do to shore up my food plot, make sure everything is growing as strong as possible, and add some late additional tonnage, because now this is the time of year where not only do I get visiting bucks, but occasionally I start getting visiting does. So I have this little spike in the number of deer that's going to show up, because deer either take vacations or they start kind of roaming around and looking the area over for the younger bucks, because they're starting to get a little amped on their testosterone levels. So this way I have extra food that's going to sprout up and take care of business. Although, based on what you're seeing here in the soybean, I don't have a problem with that, but I still want my soil covered. And throwing soybean out here, to me, is simply kind of wasting your soybean. That's just my opinion on that, because of how I plant things. The soybean won't have enough time to really mature and get some good height to produce well for you. So I'd rather put plants in here that have some sort of soil benefit to keep adding more nutrition to the soil. And because of the acid that buckwheat produces, it's going to help break down all these solid minerals in here that's causing problems as far as mineral lock. So there's you a small strategy. I mean, it really don't cost me hardly anything. I mean, what I may have used like 2 fistfuls of sun hemp seed. That's just a drop in the bucket. Sun hemp doesn't really cost a lot. So that's a strategy you might want to look into if you think that that will work for you. And I want to mention another person that has a YouTube channel on here. He gave me a shout out on his, and I'm going to give him a shout out on mine to return the favor. And that is Tennessee Outdoors Fanatic. I will post a link in the description so you can see his channel. He is also a local Tennessee hunter who enjoys the outdoors, does much better filming jobs than I do. He edits his videos really well, and recently killed one of his biggest deer of his life here last year, and really loves it. So he can give you recipes for meat, different types of animals. You know, he'll help you out, guys. He's very knowledgeable and knows what he's doing. So again, I will post his link at the bottom. And anybody that's interested in this channel, if you like that content, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell for your notifications if you like these type videos, so that way when I post the next one, you will receive it. You all have a great day, and I hope you enjoy these videos.